Over there!
Paul! Shut up, Paul!
structural part of this two-story residential house. So, I will explain first about column footings. So, here beside me, you can see an example of a column footing. Underneath this, you can see a footing. Unfortunately, we cannot see because it is full since it already rained here. And this is what it looks like when up with soil. So now, according to the plan, this house have two different kinds of column footing. One C1F1 and C2F2. I will explain on the drawing about the two of them. So according to the foundation plan, there are three column 1 footings. So this is one of them, as you can see. And these are the other two. This one and this one. And also, there are also three column 2 footings too in that plan. So this one I'm holding is a column 2 footing too. And this other two is another column 2 footing too. Okay, so I show you about the picture, about the drawing. another. So this one I'm holding is an example of a column footing. So this is a column 1, footing 1. So according to the drawing, the size of the footing underneath this is 1 meter by 1 meter. So we can see it. So next is the column. This part of a column footing is the column. So this size of a column is, the size of this is 0.20 meters by 0.25 meters. So next is the C2F2 or the column 2 footing 2. According to the drawing, the column is on the right side of the footing. I'll explain later why. So first, this one is an example of column 2 footing 2. And the footing beneath this has a dimensions of 0.60 by 0.80 meters. And the column is exactly the same size as the column 1, which is 0.20 by 0.25. And next, I'll explain about the bars, about the details of a column. So these 6 bars that I'm holding in the plan, according to the plan, it says 6 to 12 diameter millimeter vertical bars, and the bars that are ties between them are called ties, which measures 9 diameter. Okay, so that's all for the column footing. Let's now proceed to the wall footing. So, okay, for this part, I will now explain about wall footings. As you can see around, these are the wall footings around the house. Exterior wall footings. According to the plan, there are 2 kinds of wall footings in this house. Wall footing 1 and wall footing 2. I'll explain later in the drawing. Okay. So, according to the drawing, wall footing 1 is for the exterior walls of this house. So, this one I'm holding is an example of a wall footing 1. The dimensions of a wall footing 1 is 0.20 meters by 0.20 meters. So as you can see, the only difference between wall footing 1 and wall footing 2 is the hollow blocks. And first, wall footing 1 is used for exterior walls. And for exterior walls, they use 5-inch CHB or concrete hollow blocks. And for wall footing 2, they use 4-inch concrete hollow blocks, and it is used for interior walls. And now, let's proceed to the bars. So this is an example of a wall footing. So this one I'm holding is the 9 diameter millimeter reinforcement bars. And these 4 of them are the 0.80 OC horizontal bars. Okay, for the last part of the foundation plan, we will go on to the slab. So this is what it looks like. So each of the wires that you can see has a diameter of 9 mm, and the space between them measures 0.50 OC both ways. So now that's the end for some of the details for the foundation plan. Now let's move on to the details of the second floor frame.
Now I will explain to you the second floor framing plan and about the beams and the slabs. First the floor beam 1 beams, then second is the floor beam 2. can see in the plan, the floor beam 1 measures 0.2 meters by 0.3 meters and use 216 diameter millimeter top bars, stiffener, and bottom bars with 9 diameter millimeter ties, 1 at 0.05 meters, 2 at 0.1 meters, 3 at 0.15 meters, and rest at 0.20 meters on center. When the floor beam 2 measures 0.2 meters by 0.25 meters and use 2 12 diameter millimeter top and bottom bars, while the roof beam 1 measures 0.2 by 0.2 meters, 2 12 diameter millimeter top and bottom bars. Now let's go upstairs to see the slab and the roof. Here, as you can see, the slab were made up of 12 diameter millimeter space at 0.3 meters on center both and the roof were consist of rafters with the distance of 0.5 meters. And now we're done through the structural part of the house, and we will go to the plumbing.
Now, let's proceed to the plumbing part of the two-story residential house. Now, let's proceed to the general notes in plumbing. It is not intended that the drawings shall show every pipe fittings, bulbs, and appurtenances. All such items, whether specifically mentioned or not, or indicated on the drawings, shall be furnished and installed if necessary to complete the system to the satisfaction of the owner. The next one is, all dimensions are in millimeter except otherwise shown. The next one is, the indicated metric equivalent used on these plans for pipe sizes are 1 inch equals to 25 millimeter, 1 1/4 inch equals to 32 millimeter, 2 inch equals to 50 millimeter, 2 1/2 inch equals to 65 millimeter, 3 inch equals to 75 millimeter, 4 inch equals to 100 millimeter, 5 inch equals to 150 millimeter, 8 inch equals to 200 millimeter, and 10 inch equals to 200 millimeter. All water sanitary and storm drainage installation shall be coordinated with other trades, and any revisions in the piping layout required for proper execution of other trades shall be with prior approval of the engineer. All plumbing works shall be installed in accordance with the provisions of the nation's plumbing code of the Philippines, the requirements of the local plumbing inspection office, pertinent provisions of the Uniform Building Code and Uniform Plumbing Code. All plumbing installation shall be coordinated with other trades. Any revision in the piping layout required for proper execution of the trades shall be with prior approval of the engineer. The next one is the horizontal sanitary zero piping shall be run in practical alignment at a minimum slope of 1% for pipes 100 mm diameter and larger, and 2% for 75 mm diameter and smaller. All vent pipes shall be free from drops or of sags and shall be sloped or graded as to drip back by gravity to the drainage pipe it serves. Now, let's proceed to the plumbing layout plan of the two-story residential house. Water supply system. From the main source, the water will flow through all the pipes. This is for the shower, for the water closet, for the lavatory, and that one is for the faucet. Every pipes that are connected in water supply are will have a water that flow through all the faucet if you want to use it. Let's proceed to the proposed septic tank. This is one of the example in the proposed septic tank in the house. As you can see, it is not open because, only the plumber or the Pozo Negro will open the septic tank. All waste that comes from the house will go here in the septic tank. That's all. In roof drainage system of the house, all water that comes from the rain will flow through the downspout and then go through the water drainage of the subdivision. Unfortunately, the downspout you see is unfinished. Now, let's proceed to the electrical plan of the house.
Is one of the important components in building a given project.
Electrical plan is all about the wiring, circuits, voltages, and amperes that must be based on the standard of electrical courses.
Everyone should be aware of the basic standards or rules to be followed to finish a good electrical layout. So now, let's proceed to the general notes. General notes.
All works shall comply with the provisions of the latest approved edition of the Philippine Electrical Code, with the rules and regulations of the national and local authorities concerned in the enforcement of electrical laws and ordinances, with rules and regulations of utility companies concerned.
Number 1. Service to and distribution within the building shall be 230 over 115 volts, single phase or as called for in the drawings.
Number 2. All wirings method shall be as follows. Letter A. Main entrance cables, main feeder. Rigid steel conduit RSC. Letter B. Sub-feeders, branch circuit, PVC.
Number 3. Smallest size of conductor shall be 3.5 millimeter squared, type tin for power and lighting circuit. And smallest size of raceway shall be 15 millimeter squared, grade size.
Number 4. No branch circuit wiring shall be loaded in excess of 80% of its rated ampacity.
Number 5. Mounting heights shall be as follows. Letter A. Light control switch must be 1.4 meter above the floor at center. Letter B. Convenience outlet must be 0.3 meter above the floor at center. Letter C. Convenience outlet must be 0.6 meter above the floor at center. Letter D. Special purpose outlet as required by equipment to be served. And letter E. Panel board outlet and etc. must be 1.4 meter above floor at center.
Number 6. Branch circuit ampere loads are based on the following unit load. Letter A. 1 by 36 watts fluorescent lamp. It required 0.36 amperes. Letter B. 50 watts incandescent lamp. It requires 0.22 amperes. Letter C. Special purpose outlet. It requires related current of equipment to be served. Letter D. Spare circuit. It requires 50% of CB rating. Letter E, convenience outlet. It requires 0.75 amperes.
And lastly, all work shall be done under direct supervision of an experienced electrical engineer. Duly licensed in accordance with Republic Act 7920. And now, let's proceed to the panel board details.
The lighting panel board power plant is divided into three parts. The first part of the panel board is in the outside of the house. The first one is the bulb, and it connects in the duplex receptacle in the down of the house. And then here at the front of the house.
Let's go.
This is the second bulb of the house, front of the house. That's the first light board out plan. Now,
So now, let's proceed inside the house, the second lighting panel board power plant.
let's proceed to the comfort room of this house.
Here is the first.
Let's proceed to the second lighting panel board power plant. This is the first, the bulb, and the switch of the bulb in the comfort room. It is connected here. After going in the comfort room, the other flow of the circuit is the duplex receptacle located here, and the other one receptacle also located here. Also, the bulb is also connected by the switch or receptacle, and also in the other receptacle located this one. It is in the bedroom. It is not finished. This one also the bulb of the bedroom. The other bulb. And the duplex receptacle located here. Here, this one. It is the part of the lighting panel board power plant at all. So now I will explain to you how the switch is working. And the first switch, when you turn it on, this is the bulb will turn on. And the second switch is this bulb in the last portion of the will turn it on. And when you switch on the last switch located here in the it will switch on the last bulb located there.
These two switch controls the bulb outside the house. So this switch controls the bulb here. As you can see, it is there. And then the other switch controls the light at the back of the house. So now let's go to the second floor electrical layout plan.
And now I will explain to you the lighting panel board power layout plan. The this valve upstairs, and it's connected here in the middle, and the other one is in the outside portion of the house to Engr. Now this is located here in this duplex na septile, and the other is also connected to that one. Also, the duplex septile is also located and connected here in the third one. Next one is the third valve, and the last valve located in the outside part of the house. It's connected also the other duplex septile in the house. That's all. That is the third lighting panel board power plant. In this part of the second floor of the house, I will explain to you how the three bulbs working in these switches. The first switch on, this bulb will light on. In the middle switch, this bulb will turn it on. The last and the bottom switch, when you open it, it will light this bulb.
Here, you can see a two-way switch and a three-way switch. So this switch will turn on the switch outside the house, and then the three-way switch here will either turn it on or off the switch at the other side outside the house. So switch here works. Downstairs there are two switches, that is three-way and two-way switch. So let's go down. First, the two-way switch here will turn on the switch outside at the second floor, outside the house. So for convenience, there is one still three-way switch. So this switch will turn on the bulb at the other side of the house, which is outside. So if ever you want to turn it on, you can turn it on or off here. So that's all. So there are changes on the electrical plan of the house. So if you can see in the plan, there must be a wall light here placed here at the wall, and then here. But unfortunately, there are no lights here. So maybe because of the owner of the house, they wanted change.
Structural, plumbing, and electrical plan of this two-story residential house. Now, we're about to look at the architectural plan of this house. The architectural plan of this house may vary to the owner of the house. So, there may be revisions or changes in this house that we may see. But let's take a look at it. Carport with a finished floor line plus 200 sloping plain cement floor finish. So it is not finished yet, so maybe they would furnish it later. This is the front door we'll enter. Since it is the first house that is finished, it became a storage room. But this part is the kitchen. As you can see, we have a sink here. And there's supposed to be a wall here dividing the bedroom inside. And this part is the living room. And that part is the dining. That is the supposed floor plan of the house. And here, it's locked. This is supposed to be the toilet and bath. Let's go upstairs. Hello. Yan. So let's go upstairs. Tap mo. Tignan ko muna. Taas. So as you can see, we still don't have any furnitures and fixtures in this house. But this place is supposed to be a bedroom. And also here is the bedroom. It's the bedroom too. And there would be a wall dividing the bedrooms here. But as of what I said, the divisions of the house still varies to the homeowner. Cut. So we're here inside the toilet and bath of this house. So we have only one comfort room for this house. So here in this part is the shower area, as you can see. There's shower here. And the faucet is here. We still don't have water. And the water closet is dirty. And the sink. There. Now let's take a look at the schedules of doors and windows of this two-story residential house. So this is the door 1, which is the main door or the front door, and this is it. And this is the door 2, which is the service door or the back door. And door 3. And we have here the door for the toilet, which is the flash door. There. So now let's proceed to the windows. This is the window 1. Well, all windows here are still framed windows. It just varies to the sizes of the windows and its location. So this is the window 1. This is the window 2. There. It's a bit shorter. And there's the window 3. And we have here the window 4, which is a bit higher and a bit shorter compared to the other windows because it is located for the bathroom. So we have here the window 5, which is located there. Elevation of the two-story residential house. So we have here and the 6.87 meters height, and it has the window 4 and the window 3 in it, and So it has the design of a rock there and the bulb there. So now we have here the right side elevation of the house. So as you can see, we have a space there for the carport, and you have the door 1, the window 1, the window 3, and the window 4 for the bathroom. And that's all. So we only have 2 elevations of the house because we have a firewall at the back of the house. So we can't show it anymore. So now we have here the perspective of the house. It is not finished yet, but it may look more beautiful if it would be finished.